Hello everyone, it's me again. So today we're going to go back to the Nendoroid train, as just got 3 of them in that I'm kind of super excited about. With an addition of an actual figure, so I may do a review of that as well. I just don't know. I have figure arts from the Sailor Moon line, but I have not opened one in I don't know how long. So I'm kind of a little rusty on those because I think those take a little bit more finesse as far as like unboxing, reviewing, and all that good jazz versus a Nendoroid. But anyways, the ones I am super excited about, I can't decide. I think I'm just gonna grab. Well, I know which one's which. So let's go ahead, since I'm wearing a now Studio Trigger property, let's go ahead and start off with Rebecca. Rebecca is definitely best girl. For those of you who may not know, as far as Cyberpunk edgerunners, Cyberpunk is a video game that they basically went in with Studio Trigger and was like, let's, collab and make an anime together. Rebecca was something that Studio Trigger had that the people responsible for the Cyberpunk game were kind of like, no, we don't really see her kind of fitting in with the world and the aesthetic that we're going for, and they were like, the Loli stays. And you know what? She is the best character in my opinion, and she was extremely popular when the anime dropped. So it was kind of like, Studio Trigger knows what they're doing. Anyways, look into the box. The box is, I really love the box colors. It's really wild. Like, you've got the bright yellow, the green on the top and the bottom, and it kind of like is it fades to yellow, so that's kind of cool. And then the inside is like super duper hot pink. So the packaging is actually really cool. Like, it almost makes me want to get a second one just to have just display. No, I'm not doing that. But yeah, and you can even see the city, like the background of the city. It's very light, but you can see hints of it on the side and around the front. It's just really cool. And in the back, there's a palm tree on the back. I just think that's really cool. But yeah, this one I'm super duper excited about it. I'm a huge Rebecca fan, huge Studio Trigger fan. I held out because I was like, okay, they announced her when the other 2 Nendoroids, David and Lucy, went up on pre-order, and I was like, I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait because I was like, if they wow me, I may pick them up. But I was like, I'm definitely getting Rebecca. And I did. I held out, and I'm just getting Rebecca. Now, I may at some point look into getting David and Lucy, but they're not like, it's kind of like one of those things if I come across them. Rebecca was a must-have. Like, I pre-ordered her immediately. But Lucy, I think, is going up in the aftermarket. Like, David, I still think you can find him for, like, a decent price, but I've seen Lucy starting to climb in the aftermarket, which that's why I went ahead and pre-ordered her, because I figured Rebecca might do the same. I actually have a pop-up parade I pre-ordered of her as well. But enough of the rambling. I am super duper excited to take a look at this beauty right here. So let's go ahead and open her up and see what she comes with. And here she is straight out of the box, and in the blister packaging you can see she doesn't really, or it doesn't look like she comes with much, but I feel like she comes with what she really needs. You've got her with her default hands, and her default hands are actually the big electronic upgrade hands that she gets, and they're in fists. I do like the fact, well, I mean, that's a design's choice, but they do have them in the 2 different colors. I like the fact that they they go ahead and give you. I don't know if these, we'll have to look at them when I open it up, but I don't think that these will probably come off. It looks like they're attached, which that's fine because with the hands being so different, that would be a little difficult for it to like stay in the hand if it wasn't. You also have alternate bent arms, and one of them does come with an extra open of the blue hand. So you get an extra blue hand, which is kind of weird. And then you have of course, middle finger hand. I wish they gave like the big, these hands, I wish you had like a middle finger of that hand. That would have been awesome. Especially on both sides, because that would have been definitely the one that I would pose her in if they did that. But anyways, you also have, so I guess the only way you could display her with the regular hand is her flicking them off, because you have one for the flicking off hand, and you have one with the little pistol. Then of course you have her default face, which is a smile, which it actually looks, I thought it looked weird in promo pictures, but actually in person, it actually looks really nice. It actually does look like a generic face of her, and you can actually see her, like, they did attention to detail with the little bit of lipstick on her. And then, of course, you have her shouting, angry battle face, and then her cheeky smile face, which I thought was really cute. That's probably my favorite. But yeah, altogether, I think she comes with like a decent amount of stuff. But we'll look at her closer as I put her in some different poses. And here she is in her first pose. I just thought I'd do like something simple like this, where it shows her kind of just like waving, like she's waving at her beloved David. I have to say, I think she is so cute, and she turned out so well, in my opinion. Like the hair, everything about her is very unique, and the style comes through very nicely. Just everything, like, I absolutely adore her. Now, I haven't tried changing the face yet. That's why I was like, okay, let's go with this face first. Because it is cut through here, so you do have to deal with these when doing that, changing the faces. And I was just kind of like, okay, let me enjoy her first before I start like getting annoyed with changing too many parts. But like I said, she's really, really, really stinking cute. I did notice like a little scuff right here on the top, where the ponytail is on this side, but you're not going to be able to see it anyway. And it's not that bad. Now, I was trying to take the plastic that they had underneath, and she does have like a waist and underwear and stuff, and I didn't know if it was that or if it was just straight legs, so I was trying to pull the plastic out, and the bottom half of her just like shot out, and I was just like, So yeah, so be careful with that kind of stuff. But yeah, she's super duper cute. Well, enough with the simple pose. Let's go ahead and put her in one of her action poses. And I did find out that this, that hand right there is actually used to like coddle one of the guns. Like if you just want to have her posing and shooting one gun, instead of double fisting it, that hand can like have the gun rest in it. So yeah. But I thought I'd have her, like, not even the promo thing does it have her waving. It just has her fist bumping. That makes it just look like she's waving. Oh, but it's still cute. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put her in a more dynamic pose. I'll be right back. Okay, and here she is in her next pose, and I decided to use her regular hands that she has kind of near the beginning of the show before she does the upgrades, with her flicking you off, as well as as well as getting ready to shoot you. Now, the one on the box kind of showed it more straight on, but I think it looks, to me, it looks better just like move slightly. It's really amazing sometimes with these figures how much like a slight angle can completely and utterly change the pose in the display. But I think this is really cute. I normally don't do like angry action faces, but I really do feel like hers is very iconic. Like that is definitely how she looks when she's like pissed and shooting and being all crazy. Definitely looks like the Rebecca we know and love. So I actually really like this a lot more than I thought I would. I still don't know if I'm going to put her in that pose though or not, but it did remind me, I did buy a, oh, what is that video game? There was one video game, Nendoroid, that had Vault Boy. Yes, I bought the only time that I'll ever do this on purpose, I bought a bootleg on purpose because the legit Nendoroid is like hundreds of dollars, or at least it's over 100, or I've seen it for over 100. I found a bootleg, bought it. I think it was like maybe 15, 20 bucks. Bought it just for the middle finger part, for Kita, because I have Kita as well. And if anybody knows anything about Bocchi the Rock, the ending, they have, the art is done in a chimbified form, and it makes it look, she's not flicking people off, but it makes it look like Kita's flicking people off. So I really wanted a middle finger part for her, to pose her like that because of that. So I don't know, I may leave both of them, you know, flicking each other off. But no, Rebecca's probably going to go in my Studio Trigger display, so she's gonna have to fit in with all them. But yeah, anyways, it's super cute. Like I said, I wish they had done the machine hands with the middle finger, like both machine hands. That would have been so freaking awesome, and that would have been the way that it would have been like no guessing. That would be the way that I pose. But yeah, this is super duper cute, and I'm glad they did provide both kind of form of hands. But they definitely like gave you more of the upgrade hands than they did the little hands. But then again, it's a short series, and I do feel like, looking back on it, I think she did have the upgrade hands longer than she did the little hands in the anime. But anyways, let's go ahead and put her in one more pose, shall we? And here we are with the final pose. I really like this pose. That was the default pose on the box. I don't know if I got the gun positioning quite right. I'm kind of thinking it might be a little bit higher or pointed up more. But anyways, I think it's super cute. I'm gonna see if this will fit in my Studio Trigger case like this. If not, I'll probably change it. I might actually change it to the flicking off one, who knows. But I do have a tendency to love these, her upgraded hands. I like the fact that all the guns are connected to the hands. You don't have to worry about that. I know that sometimes people like it not being connected, that way you can use them with other figures, but I just feel like her guns are so unique that you won't necessarily have to worry about it. And I'm just noticing that there's a problem with my guns on this side, but I can see if I can get some magic eraser and take that mark off. But yeah, she's super cute. I absolutely adore her. I would be very careful when you're changing out the hairpiece. I would grab right here and kind of wiggle it out. I wouldn't grab any of this. Also be careful of, because like as you can see, the ponytails are very close to this, so they could either scratch that or break, could possibly break this. I'm pretty sure, because I think I saw a little bit of glue residue right here. I think these are like separate pieces just glued on, so it's not part of the molding, but still you don't want to take the chance of like breaking part of this. Because like if the whole thing popped off, it'd be different. It's like, okay, you know, you can basically take a little bit of glue and pop it back on. But if the actual like piece part of it breaks, that's a completely different story. But altogether, I absolutely adore her. I feel like, yeah, maybe she could have had more, but I really am happy with what we get. She's a great representation of the character, and I'm just happy to have her in hand. She is a definitely highly recommend, and she may actually be one of my favorite figures of the year thus far. So yeah, she gets my stamp of approval. I hope y'all enjoyed this review. And if you like this kind of stuff, obviously, leave a like, subscribe, and I guess maybe tell me what other Studio Trigger property you'd like to see them make Nendoroids of. I'm really hoping that when, because they do have pop-up parades coming for Penny and Stocking, but I'm really, really, really hoping that when Season 2 finally comes out, that we'll get some Demon Sister Nendoroids. I think those would look awesome, especially now that I see Rebecca, because Rebecca is like a very different design. Like her skin tone, her eyes, like everything, it's very unique. So I feel like this shows that they can actually pull the Demon Sisters off. I know we're getting Delicious in Dragon. Not Delicious in Dragon. Delicious in Dungeon. I just watched the episode of them killing the dragon and bringing the sister back to life. Not to spoiler alert, that was bad. Anyways, I do think I have one or two pre-ordered from them, because I think the series kind of has grown on me a bit. But yeah, anyways, so that being said, I hope y'all have a wonderful one, and I'll see y'all next time. Later.